Let's get straight to it. So what we doing here at Patrick Propellers is working the back. I got my hammer strength plate loaded isolateral machine. I place my torso on the pad to where it's comfortable, and I retract the scapula by contracting my back muscles. That way I'm not pulling with my biceps primarily, but actually using my back muscles to pull my elbows behind me until I pinch my shoulder blades together with a slight pause in between each rep. Also go wide and mid-range to work both the latissimus dorsi, the rhomboids, and the posterior deltoids, secondarily working the biceps. All right, so here we got the incline hammer strength, which works the clavicle head of the pec major, AKA the upper chest region, also working the anterior delts, which is the front portion of the shoulder and the triceps secondarily. Each of these sets, I'm doing 4 to 5, 12 to 15 reps, just depending on how my body feels that day for the most part. Now here you'll see me doing the jackknives, also known as the Gerber. Well, I call them the Gerbers. But you'll see me doing these in between sets, 90 to 120 seconds. That's typically how long it takes me to get to the next set in between sets. So yeah, I believe in working the core while you rest in between exercises. The perfect time to do that. Now here you see me going back to the hammer strength plate loaded, working each side individually. That way I can determine the strengths and weaknesses of my muscle groups. I like to do this for each muscle group, making sure that I do at least one movement, iso, singularly per that muscle group, so I can find all of my deficiencies and actually fix those. That way there's a balance overall in that muscle region on both sides, because it's hard to tell when you're working both at the same time. So here you see me with the decline hammer strength chest press popping. I retract my scapula by squeezing the shoulder blades together. See my shoulders, they form a 90-degree angle to the body. I use a slow and controlled motion, never placing the weight down or relaxing the muscle until the set is completely done. Now, what you see me doing here is the close grip neutral lat pull down. That works the brachiodoralis and the brachialis, which is AKA the forearms, but you get some forearm action in there. So that's why I like this one. But primarily, you're working the posterior delts and the mid to lower traps. Now what you will see is me doing pause reps in between each rep. As you can see right here, 1, 2, up, 1, 2, up. That promotes blood flow to the muscle region, which in turn promotes muscle growth and stimulation. So I wanted to show you guys this angle of the neutral close grip pull down so that you can actually see the contraction of the lats from a different angle. It's very important during this movement. Also, the chest, the lower pec is also being worked secondarily, which is perfect for a chest-back combination day. So I conclude the entire workout with push-ups because, as you know, the wider you go, the more you engage your back. Then as you go closer, you start to engage the chest more, and then the closer you get as well, you got the triceps being worked in there as well as the deltoids. So it's a perfect finisher for the chest-back combination workout. And some of you are probably wondering why I'm doing chest and back at the same time. But let me explain. Chest and back together at the same time for the sake of posture. Like if you notice, you'll see some people walking around the gym, guys mainly, their posture. Their posture is like this, like kind of, up here-ish. They kind of walk around like so. Right? Not quite as dramatic, but sometimes it is, So the push-pull method works best for posture. So by doing pushing and pulling, now my posture is upright. So when I walk around on a normal, my posture is upright, my shoulders are squared at all times, right? So I walk around like, it's more of an alpha stance. This, it looks goofy, it looks beta, right? You want your posture back, boom, and that's it. So I do that correlation with chest. That way I'm getting that push, but I'm not getting that pronated rounded posture walking around like these. So just something to think about. Posture is everything. You want to get your physique right, but at the same time, you want to look right. Like, you get what I'm saying? So it's all about overall quality of life, not just getting a pump. So I just wanted to give y'all that quick breakdown real quick of why I do chest and back on the same day. That way I'm posture ready at all times. Like I'm just ready. You know, like I'm getting ready for, battle, baby.
All right.